Hey, what is up YouTube? It's the Common Collector, and today I want to show you guys off some of the crazy combos you can do with my Morphtronic Quasar build. I know that this is a very complex deck to understand, so I wanted to really show you guys off some of the combos that you can do with this because they are not easy to pick up if you don't know what I'm kind of going for in this deck. So we're going to start off with a really easy 2-card combo, and we're going to let all the rest of the video go off of what the dice says because that's basically what this deck is built for. So we are just going to assume that these are 2 cards in our hand, and we'll shuffle for the other 3 cards, and we'll see what else goes on because I could just do a 2-card combo, but also it's important to see how it works with the spells that you get. So because the spell cards are what really keep the deck going. So okay, all right, we will draw 3 then. And so our opening hand is Morphtronic Selphon, Machine Duplication, Vacuumin, Remoten, and Iron Call. Not the greatest hand with these 3, but either way we're going to start with this. So anyways, we'll start with our Selphon there and use Machine Duplication and go into the deck. I am using my phone to film this video because I've been having I've had a few comments that the videos have been fuzzy and seeing if the audio quality is a lot better on this. So, maybe the audio problem has been with my computer. So, who knows? I'm trying to figure this out as I go. So, just let me know what you guys think. I don't know where I'm going to keep my hand, but there we go. We can leave that right there. I'll maybe push these guys up. So, we have 3 Selphons. We'll say that the Selphons are over here, and I'll just leave this for our field center right there. So otherwise that would technically be in the graveyard by now, but we'll use our first Selphon. So you want to use the Machine Duplication first, obviously, that way you don't search out your other Selphons with its effect. So we'll go with a dice roll of 5, so we reveal 5 cards from the deck. And already we're seeing some very good stuff. And we pick one of the Morphtronics from among them and special summon. So now here's the tough call. Really, either 3 of these are good options. These are 3 of the cards that we want to see. Remoten to remove from play one of our Selphons to add a Smartphone to the hand. Scopin can get special summon in defense. That way we can use its effect to be a level 4. Or Smartphone in order to just keep adding Morphtronic cards to our hand. I'm going to say let's just go with Remoten because usually we don't see Remoten very often. It's definitely not the best card to be pulling from here, but we have 3 other Selphons, and there's only 2 Remotens in the deck, and we have 3 ofs on the other 2 cards. So we will start with that. Selphon number 2, we got another 5. Okay. This is my first take. I want to make that very clear that I'm not going to try to cheat this out. And since we can get a Smartphone with our Remoten's effect, we're going to take the defense position Scopin. Oops. Okay. Yeah, just because that's a really good combo to get off. So at this point, our board is full, so we can no longer use this Selphon's effect, or at least not at the moment. So we will send to the graveyard our first Selphon. We'll keep the graveyard right there. And Selphon will go to the graveyard in order to get out Linkuriboh. Then, with that, actually we'll put Linkuriboh on this side because we can get rid of our Selphon and our Scopin level 4 in order to get out our first TG Hyper Librarian. You always want to get out one of your TGs first. That way you can, keep your stuff going. So now we'll use our final Selphon, and we got a 6. Okay. Usually our dice rolls are not that opportunistic, so I'm just actually going to roll again because I think that this is going too well. Okay. We got a Smartphone. So special summon Smartphone. Now one thing to keep note of is that with our Smartphone, we cannot use its, we can't use the effect of, what is it, desynchro if we use that, because desynchro will not work because Smart Fawn was not properly special summoned. But now we can use our Smart Fawn's effect, roll, and we get a 1. 1 card, at least we can add that to our hand. Pretty good. Now at this time we still want to try to get into our we want to get into our second TG Hyper Librarian. So the next move that we could do, we've already normal summoned this turn obviously, but we can use Iron Call to special summon back one of our monsters, but its effect will be negated. However, our actual best option would be to use our Remoten's effect, remove from play one of our Selfons to search out another level 1 monster. So let's get one of our other Smart Fawns. Now with our Smart Fawn, we can remove from play one of our Scopins, or we'll remove from play our Scopin, activate effect of Smart Fawn, and we rolled a 6 there. So we'll reveal 6 cards, and we definitely want to take that repair unit if we can, which we will. So repair unit goes to hand. Activate. Oh, we have 5 monsters on the field, so Remoten is no longer useful to us, so we will get rid of that and replace our Link Karibo with our Alistair. Now at this point we want to try to get 4 more stars onto the field, so we will activate Morphtronic Repair Unit and discard our Slingin. Slingin can now get special summoned by Morphtronic Repair Unit. You can only activate this if you have a Morphtronic monster in the graveyard, but as long as you do, you can still send the card that you ditch. So now we've already used both of our Smart Fawn's effects. This one was properly summoned, so I'm going to save this for if we draw another Desynchro later. So we're going to use this Smart Fawn and Slingin, get out our second TG Hyper Librarian. Now that we've summoned one, we can draw an extra card from the deck. Sorry, I'll scooch the deck a little more forward. Sorry, and I'll keep my hand showing. Draw 1 card from the deck. I was really hoping that would be a Desynchro, but we still have a chance to draw. We have 3 more chances to draw it yet. So we will now take these 2 and special summon out our Formula Synchron, which you can do in defense mode if you're afraid that maybe your opponent would negate something or anything, you know, end your turn. But anyways, Formula Synchron hits the field, we draw a card. TG Hyper Librarian chains, draw a card, and there's our Desynchro, and our other TG Hyper Librarian, and draw a card. Those are like the 3 best pulls you could possibly hope to pull from this. I am not shitting you guys. This is take number 1, and I could not be happier. I really hope that the quality of this video is as good as the quality of the content. So, alright, because I will be trying to post this with all my heart. So now at this point, we want to use Desynchro because we can get off some really crazy plays at this point. So, we summon these guys back to the field because they were properly summoned before. Activate Smart Fawn's effect always before Selfon, because that means that we can potentially draw one of our repair units, which we did not get, but we will take the Slingin just because we would rather get Scopin onto the field with Selfon's effect. That's kind of my thinking on that. Do another dice roll, Selfon gets a 1, and we get nothing there because Selfon does not do spell cards. But we have a very good hand yet. We have all of these Morphtronics in the graveyard, and we have 2 junk boxes, so we can just keep on going. So what I'm going to do next... Oh, sorry, we used the Desynchro, didn't we? Yeah, that's not in here yet. Okay, yep, this Desynchro is gone. But we will activate Iron Call to get our Slingin... Oh, sorry. Iron Call, just to get any of the level 4 or lower machine type monsters from the graveyard, and we'll just get Selfon, and then we can actually take you and you for our Borolo Dragon, just so that we can, you know, keep our stuff going. And, you know, so he's kind of the attack negation of the deck, and then you hope that you have effect negations with Quasar Dragon and with Naturia Beast. So, anyways, we'll move on to using a junk call, get our Selfon back, and activate Selfon's effect. Selfon gets a 3 there, so we revealed the top 3. And we got our final Smartphone. So Smartphone goes over there. Activate Smartphone's effect. Oops, sorry about that. Smartphone gets a 2. Reveal 2. And we get a Morphtronic repair unit. Oh my gosh, this is absolutely perfect. So we will now take these 2. Junk box is gone. Oh, sorry, not you. And we will get out our Formula Synchron from before. Did I toss the old one in the graveyard? I think I did. So, okay. Formula hits the field, and we get to draw 3 more again. And let's see if we get Desynchro again. No, we don't. But we have a lot. We still have 3 more cards in our hand that will let us special summon from the grave. So, we will now finally synchro for our Quasar, and Quasar goes on this side of the board wherever we want to keep our middle open, and I'll show you guys why next. So, now we can activate Morphtronic Repair Unit at this point, get rid of our Vacuumin, and special Vacuumin back to the field. If by chance you were going second in this instance, you could use Vacuumin's defense effect to snatch one of your opponent's cards. But anyways, we'll use Machine Duplication, and I don't think we've summoned any of our Vacuumins yet, which is very opportunistic because no, we have not. So we'll special summon our 3 Vacuumins in defense. Doesn't really matter which position, but we can take these 2 and go into Proxy Dragon. He just needs 2 monsters, so we'll go into Proxy Dragon there. We can take, well, at this point, do we want to, I mean, we could go into Formula Synchron and draw another card, but we really don't have to. But we can activate Morphtronic Repair Unit in order to send our Staplin to the graveyard. Staplin can get special summoned back, and now take these 2 in order to get out our Naturia Beast. And our hand is still looking really nice. At this point, we could really do anything that we want to. We could, for instance, we could, I don't think we can really go into Trishula unless we got rid of our, oh boy, unless we got rid of our Naturia Beast. However, well, what do we do at this point? So I think at this point, basically what I would just do is I'm going to get rid of our Vacuumin, take back our Link Karibo from earlier, put him onto the field, and you could kind of save the rest of these cards in your hand for backup in case anything else would go down. But yeah, so if you guys are looking at the board right now, we still have 5 cards in hand at the end of our first turn. We have Naturia Beast to negate spell cards, any spell cards that come at us, except for, I guess, Super Poly. But anyway, Shooting Quasar can negate 1 card per turn and has 4,000 attack and can attack twice per turn. And then Borolo Dragon is going to be there in order to snatch cards that we don't want our opponent to have on board, if any, at this point. I mean, this is a first turn run, but obviously, I mean, if on our second turn, if there's cards that we want to get rid of, he could get rid of those, as well as take off 500 attack from our opponent's big monsters, and Link Karibo for another effect, and Proxy Dragon for another little bit of defense. So this is one of the best runs that I've ever had. This was my first take, which I am absolutely astounded by. I was maybe going to do a couple examples, but I think that this is a very good representation of what can be done. The only thing that I could have done different back there instead of Link Karibo is if, you know, say my opponent Ash Blossomed me or anything during this turn, there's something, or I mean, if, I don't really know, bad example, I don't know, get infinite impermanence or anything that would potentially be in my opponent's graveyard. What I could have done, if I still had the Vacuum on the field, I could have used Morphtronic Repair Unit, sent my Remoten, summon Remoten back, and taken these 3 in order to get Trishula out. And then I could take out 1 card from my opponent's field if there would be one somehow, 1 from my opponent's graveyard, and 1 from my opponent's hand if I was feeling threatened. But I really think that keeping the Naturia Beast on field is a much stronger play. If I would have drawn a Monster Reborn from this at all, I would have definitely done that, but we didn't see a Monster Reborn on here. I'm wondering where that would have been, but anyways, thank you guys for watching the video. If you guys liked this, let me know in the comments. Oh, Monster Reborn was way at the bottom. So good thing we didn't risk that, because we could have also gone into Formula Synchron and tried to draw an extra card, but why would you do that? Anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the video. Let me know if you guys like the quality of the camera on here versus my actual video camera. I'm looking to get a better one, but using my cell phone for now, I figured I would try it out. And it's kind of funny because we mess with a lot of cell phones and smartphones in this deck, if you know what I mean. So, anyways, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time. Common Collector out. Thanks, dudes.